Oh, well, that didn't want to work. Right, I think we are live. We are live. So give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to check that we're actually live. If you are, do drop a comment down below. Obviously, let me know. I see there's a couple of comments already. Let me just close this door. And yeah, let me know obviously if there is any kind of thing I can help with. Today, this is the Fast Track FBA weekly YouTube live, and it's really just a chance for me to answer any questions you've got. That's what I'm really trying to do. So if you've got anything about any Amazon business that you want some help with, do drop it down below. I'll give you an update on my business where I'm at, but I think also as well, it's really important to get you guys obviously like answering questions. So if you're here, drop me a message down below. I can see some comments already, but I think they're from before. I just want to check this out. Give me 2 seconds. Bang, turn that around. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Right. Cool. Right, we're all good. Oh my God, it's hot in here today. So if anyone's joined, do drop a hi down below. Let me know if you can hear me and see me. I'm just going to quickly check. It's the Fast Track FBA weekly YouTube live. Obviously, every Monday supporting you guys out in your Amazon business. So Dan Smith just dropped a hi. Dan, thank you for just saying hi. Glad that's working. And just let me know if you can hear me fine. I'm trying I've got different microphones on, so I'm trying to make it sound better. Just a better audio quality. And obviously, I've got a wee work cup of coffee. Everyone loves coffee. So let's kind of get started. A couple of questions come in. So English with me asked already. So what's the highest BSR you go for? My problem basically is if I get off buying high BSR items, any advice, 15K is decent for household category. Generally speaking, for new starters, I'd probably say about 100,000. But again, read the keeper chart. There might be a BSR which is 50,000, for example. Let's say, for example, 50,000 selling 20 units a month. But there's 50 other sellers on the listing, all FBA, all at the same price. I wouldn't be touching that. But there might be a BSR which is 110,000 selling 4 units a month, but it's $20 or £20 profit and no FBA competition. Then yeah, I'll definitely give that a go. At the end of the day, I think the real question is BSR is a good metric to think about, but I would probably look at how much profit am I going to make per month if I buy this product. Once we consider, the listing sales divided by the number of competitors which are on or around the buy box. That would kind of be a metric I'd look at rather than BSR. BSR is a good guide, but it's not perfect. English with me. Have you ever experienced an order from a business customer only to realize your funds are going to get released a month later due to an invoice? Yeah, it's a pain. I think there's something you can do whereby, I don't know if there's anything you can do. Amazon wants business customers. They're not really going to make it too easy for you to stop it. So they want the business customers because it's such a massive opportunity. I think the only thing you could do, which isn't very good, is to go put all the business pricing high so you don't win the buy box. But I get you, it's one order. At the end of the day, it shouldn't really be a big issue. I'd just be fine, not a problem. So business orders, I think, are fine. But, I know it's annoying that they're going to be released, we say, a month later. But it does happen. Let's kind of jump through. English with me done a lot. Guys, if you are here, do drop it down. Do drop questions down below. I'm just going to kind of churn through these. English with me, what is meant by voice of the customer? If it's excellent, does it mean good reviews? I think it means what's the review? So I don't know. I don't know the actual thing. I don't know for a fact, but if I'm guessing, it's going to be my understanding of it is the fact that it takes feedback scores and it takes customer comments as well, and it kind of feedbacks messages, and also it looks at return rates. So it could be the case that maybe they haven't given a feedback score, but it's got a higher return rate, and then the net result is that the feedback score will be lower because it's a very high proportion of the orders are getting returned, which means there's a problem. So Amazon doesn't like that. It's operationally a problem. It's obviously costing money, and it's not a good customer experience. So generally speaking, if it's excellent, means probably good scores, very low customer return rate, and no kind of keywords in the feedback which are worrying, like burn skin or something. It doesn't necessarily just mean reviews. I think reviews could be a consideration, but I think it's generally more to do with return rate. You can see it when you look at it. I don't know the exact one, but we do kind of look at it for a bit. Let's kind of go through. Last question from English with me, then we'll jump on to everyone else's. So if anyone's here, hey, just drop your questions down below. Honestly, I will get through them. So English with me, I've set up 1 day delivery for my orders, still not showing 1 day in my listing. Why? Secondly, if Amazon fail or get my orders late, this will be a problem with your account health. But if you're doing FBA, Amazon will manage that for you. That's what we do. If you're doing FBM, then obviously you're the one who sets that up. Now, if you think you've set it up right for FBM, and I'm not an expert here, so I don't really know about it, and you think you've done it right and it's not showing correctly, what I'd really recommend doing is raising a case for Seller Central Support, explaining your problem, and then see what they recommend to get back. But FBA, you don't really get control with one-day shipping. Amazon do it all for you. But FBM, you do. Let's jump through. Dan Smith, hi. Hey, Dan Smith. Tom Mullen, do you have any advice on how to run or manage your FBA business? Wow, that is absolutely huge. If I were to make it very summary quick, define what your measure of success is, the ultimate goal. Most people talk about it like, I want profit. Now, what does that mean? Well, define it as in like, I want the most amount of cash profit, and give it a goal. Like, hey, I want to make £2,000 or dollars cash profit per month that I can take from my business and maybe still grow it. Cool. So what does that mean? Well, I need to make 3,000 or 4,000 a month, take 2 out myself, and then I've got 2 to reinvest to keep it growing. Also, as well, define what the time frame is, like how much time you can allocate to do it. And then once you've defined those kind of like overarching, big goals, you can start to break it down and go, okay, cool. If we need to make 2,000 or 4,000 pounds profit, how do we do that? Well, 4,000 profit might be like a 10% net margin, $40,000 or pounds per month in sales, and you might have 20 hours a week to do it on. Okay, so how's that going to break down? You start doing it. So really, in my business, we're always looking at that big goal and then trying to work backwards. And there's kind of 2 areas we look at. One is which is creating change towards the big goals, i.e. where we are now, what needs to change to get there. And then the other one is maintaining excellence. So the measure behind the to maintain excellence might be like, reduced amount of IP complaints, customer feedback, good, review scores, seller review scores, cash flow fine, like all these kind of things that you just got to maintain. And then you're doing other change projects which work you towards it. That's it. So big question, Tom. And if there's something particular that you're looking for, drop it down below. And obviously I can kind of give you a more specific advice, but it's quite a broad question right now. It's like, how do you start selling on Amazon? Like, it's huge. So Alex, hey Alex, how do you manage access to your Amex transactions so they can be reconciled to prevent fraud? So a couple of points to really think about. Number one, obviously Amex goes directly into Zero, so that pulls through. Number 2 is apart from fraud in the internal, i.e. like your purchasing manager is stealing money, we're not really too worried about that you can't deal with. That's a problem. But if say for example in the UK we had it once where I think it was like £4,000 was used on the Amex and they bought like flights in Doha or something. So that doesn't really matter because Amex will just refund you. So if you're 3 days late, it really doesn't matter because Amex has the protection. And then the other one, if you really want to know just a bit more of an advanced level, it happens I've done it in the US. I haven't done it in the UK, but we probably will. You can go into account management and you can add people into the Amex account on the personal and on the business, which will have their own access to your Amex, and they can raise cases with Amex and do all that stuff. It's quite interesting. I've only just seen it the other day, but that might be another one if you're really looking to do it every single day. But really, that's we have that in the US on my personal Amex, but we don't have it in the UK because there's no real need. Amex provides protection anyway, so we're not really too worried about fraud. I hope that makes sense. Let me know, Alex, if that answers it down below. Edwin Dunn. Hey, Thomas, what are your experiences in buying from non-US retailers and selling in the US? Is it worth doing? My concern is potential hassle and cost of returning items. Agreed. We don't do it. We solely buy from the US and sell in the US. A couple of reasons why. Number one, I really get your point. Obviously, you've also got other things like you've got to work out importation, which if you're buying the same products all the time isn't really a problem because you're just copying and pasting the same importation documents. You know what you're doing. Then I think also the other one is to say that if you're buying lots of different products, it's just more administration, and you've got to add that in. That's time, and that's really powerful. There's not only time within the labor cost, but that labor should be making you more money. So there's not only labor cost, there's potential opportunity lost by spending the time doing importation. Then also you've got maybe trade tariffs. The other one, obviously, returns you talked about, but the really big one, which I'd be wary about, is IP complaints. So if a customer complains, so maybe it's a brand, or if the customer returns saying it's fake, Amazon's documentation says that you need to provide it from someone within the same region. So if I put it in perspective, in the UK, if we're buying stuff from America and we get an IP complaint, they won't accept it. So if we're buying it from America to ship to the UK to sell, when we have an IP complaint and it says authenticity, they say it has to be sold in the same region, i.e. Europe. So UK or EU. Like, so that US document won't be approved for authenticity problems in the EU if it was from a US supplier. So, and you might get away with it, but like the guidelines state the same region, so that's another concern. And hey, I'll say it just this day. I think we had 4 IP complaints in the UK over the course of the last week. So we've cleared one down, the other 2 will be fine. So I think the last one we're working on. But it does, like, you know, that's my screen cutting out there. I think my screen cut out. Right. Hazy, hey, good to see you. Josh, hey. What do you got here? Hazmat. So how about Keeper? How we make price decisions? My God, I could be here forever. There's a lot of Keeper training videos that I've done on YouTube. I would say watch them. There's a whole playlist in my YouTube channel. Watch that. The one thing which I'll say that no one ever really talks about is, what price should we take? Should we take the 90-day average? Should we take the current buy box? Should we take the 180-day, 30-day, whatever? The answer is none of them. You don't take any of them. And what you're really looking for when you're looking at Keeper tells you what's gone on in the past. But what you're really looking for is to analyze the past data to make a prediction about the future. So the concept for you is stop looking at any one individual metric and say that's the one you need to look at. It isn't. What you need to do is you need to look at all the different metrics, put it together in your brain, and to say, where do I think it will be in 2 weeks' time? Why 2 weeks? Because 2 weeks is the time that if you buy this product today, that's probably the time your product's going to come on sale, and that's going to be the price that you're looking at selling at. So Keeper, you're going to understand the history of Keeper to understand the market conditions. Why? Because you want to use historic data to make a good prediction about the future, so that when your product comes to sell, you're going to say, given the past data, in 2 weeks' time, do I think the market conditions on this product, given the Keeper information, is going to be favorable for me making sales? And if the answer is yes, then cool, buy the product. And the answer is no, then don't. And a good example of no would be, price is okay now, I'm making profit, but I can see the new seller count going up massively. So it might be a really stable price, but that new seller count is going insane. And you go, I've seen that seller count. It was 10, now it's 60. That price is going to crash very, very quickly. So I'm not buying it, even though it's profitable on 30, 90, and 180 day. So that's something to consider. Or it could be the case that 30, 90, and 180 day is really bad, like you're not profitable, but the new seller count is crashing, like absolutely crashing, not IP alert crashing, but just like really going down. So you're like, whoa, that price is going to come up in a minute, so I might buy it. So again, there is no one metric to consider. Think about the historical and then do it going forward, because you're trying to predict what the market will be like when you come in. Let me know if that makes sense. Let's jump through AJL. Hi, Thomas. Last week you referred me to ecom accountants. Just want to say thank you. Joe and the team are absolutely fantastic. I was selling them the same day as Mentor. Cool. Fantastic. Hey, yeah, really good. I've met Joe many times. Personal friend, but also I met him through the business and then became a friend. I've done lots of videos with him as well. Really good guy in the team there I've met as well. I've been to their offices quite a few times. So, hey, glad. And they're good. They'll get on with it and do a good job. So, hey, I'm glad that helps. Alex has come back. Top tips to avoid order cancellations in the US. Top one we'll do right now, use PayPal. Honestly, we've got some other ones we're working on. We'll probably release them into the USA course when we update it. So if you've got the getting started in the USA down here, we'll release some more advanced stuff. But PayPal is a really good one right now. PayPal, we're seeing a massive discrepancy reduction. The only thing about what I say about PayPal is if you get a refund, oh my God, it might take a month for the money to come back. So there's a positive that it stops order cancellations, but if you do get an order cancellation, it takes a lot longer. The other one, and I will share it, I did post it on a couple of things. I'm just looking on my phone now because it's on my profile. My team posted this the other day because our order cancellation rate went right down, and I was super proud. So what they said, so a couple of things. If you use the USS, you can speak to Patrick and Kim in the USS team, and they create you an extra add-on which helps you understand which suppliers you shouldn't be buying from, because you get very high order cancellation rates. So that's really useful. We find that very helpful. We just stay away from them and we stop sourcing. So we do like a statistical analysis of cancellation rates. It works really well as an add-on to the USS. The other one is, in my USA team, I'm just reading it now, is so I'm going to read this out. if you are making purchases with items, especially if it's high price values or large order quantities, we should confirm with the supplier the availability of the items first. And this is a team effort as the sources are using live chat contact forms to get to know if the items are in stock. And also the team are following up as in phone calls if they can't get through, if there's no response on the live chat. And that way, my purchasing manager is prioritizing the use of PayPal method, and obviously to make sure that the products are in stock and we're not getting cancelled orders. That's really beneficial. So to put it simply, my sourcing team, when they're doing large quantity orders, are speaking to the live chat, speaking to the suppliers over the phone, is it in stock? Number two, they're then passing it to my purchasing manager. My purchasing manager is then making the order through PayPal. And that is reducing our order rate down. Like it's gone down from probably like 5 figures a week in cash value down to like maybe a couple of hundred. So we're doing a couple of other things, and we'll update in the USA course if you are interested. But there's some more advanced tricks we're doing, but we'll save that for in the course. But that kind of helps out with the cancellation. And then also as well, just being mindful of suppliers you shouldn't be sourcing from within time. Alex, let me know if that answers your question down below. Josh, hi. I'm really, really struggling to source products with little, if no profit at all. Any suggestions? Watch my sourcing playlist. Look, so watch my sourcing playlist. Number two, it takes time. It really takes time. If I give you a statistic, my best sourcer in my UK business will generally find last year, will generally find about 20,000, maybe a bit more, 25,000 pounds worth of products we buy every single week. Now it's currently between about 12 and 15. That's my best sourcer. So to put it in perspective, what are we saying? Well, the market's changed. It's harder for them to do. Right now it is challenging. And that is my best sourcer. So that sounds like a lot. And if I give you a kind of statistics to work by, generally we're looking about 20% ROI. We're not too worried about cash profits, 20% ROI. And we have kind of increased. I think we're around about 15. Now we're back up to 20. So 20% ROI, generally call it like a £1 profit. And we have like 50p prep fees and like 24p ship fee. That's pretty much our kind of criteria we look for. It is harder, and a couple of things you've got to really think about. Number one, COVID's changed. So people are now buying, they used to buy lots of products because they couldn't do anything. Now they're buying services as well as products. So everything used to go on product spend, all the spare money. Now the products have come down a bit, and then people are spending a bit more on services like cinema, restaurants, because you never used to be able to do that. Also, number two is just be aware that Ukraine does a lot around food, fertilizer, that pushes food prices up. Inflation right now is a big problem. Everyone's talking about it in the news. So what does that mean? Everyone's probably just calming down a bit on spending. So there's less demand in the Amazon ecosystem from customers. So the net result is that prices are now going down because there's still a lot of supply. So just be mindful of that. Even Amazon themselves have got way too much storage space. So it isn't easy, but got to keep trying. I promise you, sourcing, especially if you're getting started, it is challenging. It takes hard work. If you're just starting out, what's a good metric to think about? VAs from the Fast Track FBA VA Academy, we recommend month one, they should 2 to 5 deals per day that we buy. They're sourcing 8 hours a day. Month two is 5 to 8 deals per day that you're buying. Month three, 8 to 12, we change the metric slightly, that you're buying per day, on average per day. So if you're kind of working on that month one, month two, month three, that should kind of give you a good guide of how you're performing versus our own internal VAs or external VAs for the VA Academy. Right, Hasselward, I'm from Pakistan and I want to start OA. Which market is best for me? It's up to you. It's really up to you. Personally, I think we're seeing a lot more margin in the USA. And we've just broken, I think we've just done 100 figures now, 100,000 this month. So I'm really happy. So we've done 6 figures this month. We're on month 12, which is fantastic. And we've done 500,000 in the US now. We generally see more margin in the US, but it is slower. So just be aware that the one thing I'll say, anyone starting this game, is it takes capital. It's a very capital intensive game. But good luck. Alex, it does, thanks. I saw add to the account yesterday, but I haven't clicked through. Daily monitoring would identify the wrong cards being used, GB on a euro purchase. Yeah, and you've got a couple of quick things. We'll just talk about it from a side note. In regards to cancellation orders, in the UK, they're less strict. The IP protect, the system's designed to protect against like fraudulent transactions on the supplier side in the UK, a lot less than what in the US. The US are very, very strict, like a lot more strict, because fraud is so much more common. So you just got to be a lot more careful about that, and really try and figure out. I had a conversation with a company whereby it was something like they were offering us a EU card, a UK card to use in the US, and I was like, it won't work. The suppliers just won't accept the address. It would just be a nightmare. So they didn't do it. But yeah, daily monitoring, feedback, learning, support, and at the end of the day, always challenge your team on we care about deals that we're buying. So they'll work towards that, and that kind of like update. And I did post it on my thing. I'll kind of like share it there if you can see. Like I posted it on, I think it was our Twitter feed, and what was really nice is all I saw was that the cash value of refunds for that day had gone right down, or the week to date. I was like, wow, it's incredible. What do you do? And they shared it back. So the team themselves are developing techniques to improve, which I absolutely love. So big thank you to them. Let's go and jump through YT. Cool. I'm sure that means something. Guys, if you've got questions, drop it down below. I'm here to help. Like, I can talk about my business, but like, you watch enough videos of mine, hopefully, to know where I'm at. Like, I'd rather help you guys. I allocate this hour to support you. So let's go and jump through. Edwin, spending way too much time on admin from the point of purchases, i.e. saving invoices, completing the buy sheet, prep center sheets. Does your admin course assist with speeding this up? So let's be crystal clear. There's a couple of bits there. Purchases, you're purchasing by process, and sourcing to speed it up. I would really, 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 really recommend the USS, like the ultimate sourcing sheet. Now, why do I say that? Because it's one sheet where it has it all. It makes the whole process very quick and efficient. It can upload all your purchases on bulk into Amazon, create new listings. It can create your shipments. It gives you insights. So like, once you start doing like 100 purchases, i.e. like you've done 100 buys on the sheet, it'll start telling you like what suppliers are good, what ASINs you need to restock. We can look at all your sales data. Well, sounds a lot of noise. Yeah, all of these things. And I think, for me personally, is to say that, I was having a chat with Gavin Sweeney the other day. He's out here in Mexico. And he said when he first bought the USS, he was a bit like, oh my God, it's not cheap, £497. You're right. But he's like, I can't live without it, Tom. Like, it just makes my life so much easier. It's so much faster. It's got an API connection. It connects into Amazon. It does just speed up, and it makes it all in one place, which is really, really helpful. So, and we are developing it. So you'll see it becoming more developed over the course of this year. So I really recommend that. And it has it makes sure you check all the right inventory in, and it helps you kind of manage the invoices. Now, in regards to admin, the admin course is really about literally what you're saying. Like, we just want to tell you, like, every day do this, click these 5 things, do this in a short amount of time. Every week do this, every month do this, and we want to make it very, very quick and efficient, because at the end of the day, admin doesn't really help you. It does from a management perspective, but it doesn't add value. It doesn't add revenue. So the course does help with that, and I've got like another, I think it's 17 videos to record, which is a lot more in depth around accounting. One of the big things we look at is creating a P&L and then doing the variance of the P&L versus what Seller Toolkit or your profit and loss software says, and seeing the true cost of goods variance and how to investigate that and what to do. So that's going to be really useful. But the idea is, at the end of the day, you can use it to train a VA. We'll use that as well. And the concept comes is, whether it be the USS, whether it be the admin course, all of these processes we've built internally within my business have all been with the mindset of, we just want to get all of this done as quickly and efficiently as possible. Why? So we can spend as much time as possible finding products, deals which are going to make money, because that's the value proposition. The rest of it is all administration to manage the business. So my advice to you is, I don't know how much time you spend. The admin course teaches it. If you don't really know what you're doing, it's really helpful. Also, as well, the admin course, we have a private Facebook group for the admin, and also as well, we're doing a weekly drop-in call. So like this, a 1-hour call just for all your admin related questions. So not only if you go to the course, but you can jump in. My team will be there to help answer IP complaints, inventory management, accounting issues. They will just be on the call, and you can just ask them questions and they'll support you with that. So that's a really good resource, and that's free with the admin course. It's in beta now. I think it will launch next week or maybe the week after. So it's a general purchase. But also do look at the USS. I really help that as well. Edwin, I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments down below. I don't want to be too salesy. Alex said, thanks, bud. We're using PayPal already, having issues getting the team to get on the phone, but I'll raise that on tomorrow's call. Yeah, I completely agree. I think the real question is when you're two things. It might be like every time someone gets on the phone call and they have a good success, get them to put it in the chat. And then your job is to celebrate that. Like, oh my God, this person's got on the call. Oh my God, they're making great success. Oh my God, we've just got this order through. Well done. Maybe you're having a leaderboard of like 6 people who've had successes for that week, run it through a month and put $100 down for a most number of calls which have got an order through. Fantastic. Or maybe like track cancellations per sourcer. So like, the deals are obviously purchased by the purchaser, but the sourcer. So whichever sourcer has the least cancellation rate for the month, they get $100. So you start just incentivizing that behavior to really do it. And that could be part of your like incentive plan. We don't do that, but we have like internally my management team really good at doing the recognition side without having to pay the money. So yeah, guys, if you've got questions, drop it down below. I'm here to help you, and I'd rather help you than talk about my business. I can talk about mine. It's fine. We did $500,000 in the US. Woo! First 11 months. Right. Hassel Ward. Hey, bro, I'm a VA and I'm providing leads from last month. I have only 4 clients. How can I get more clients? I want to train a team of VAs. I think just go find customers. That's it. Like, we provide leads. We provide VAs. Like, obviously what I'm not probably going to do, and I hope you can appreciate this, is I'm not going to tell you how we go and get clients, because obviously I'm just creating more competition in that respect. So, but I think for you, you can do it. Get out there and reach out to customers, and if they're interested in it, you can do it. We do that as well, leads. So good luck with it. I hope it goes well. Hayden, the man in Portugal himself, has it here. I hope you're good. I bet you are sitting on a lilo right now, having a sip of beer, watching this. Honestly, I'm a jealous man. My room's quite hot right here. Right. Good luck. Let me know if you've got any questions, Hayden. I know you're smashing it. Hassel. Hey, cool. Mub. Sorry, I need my coffee. I haven't had enough coffee today. Right. I know when you get a VA, you meet them every day for the first 3 weeks. But after the first 3 weeks, how often do you meet them, or what kind of contact do you have with them? Great question. Let me go to give you outside of the VA, but let me just talk about like the reason why this came around is my management style is whenever you hire new people into a business, like they've got to learn what's going on. They've got to like see what's happening. And the real point is, if you think about the first couple of like 3 months, the first month, they really don't know anything. You need to direct them, like really support them in the right direction. The second month, they should probably start to understand, and they kind of need a bit more guidance, pointing in the right direction. The third month is about letting go, stepping back. And what you're doing is, as you step back, you watch to see what goes wrong, if anything. And when it does, maybe you step in quickly, support them, and then step back again. So that's what we really do. So when we talk about like the first 3 weeks, we don't really talk about it in that respect. What we do is we say, like in regards to a VA specifically, what I'm saying is that the first month I will be having a 1-hour call with them every single day. And I'll be looking at certain metrics, and generally it's deals I'm buying. Now, if that VA is absolutely smashing it, and in those calls, I'm like, we really don't need this call. I feel like we're wasting our time, and the VA knows all the answers and all the deals being submitted are really good. Then I'll probably be like, okay, cool. Well, next week, let's drop it down to 3. So we'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Normally, let's go Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Cool. And then if that continues to get better and the VA is really good and finding lots of deals, I'm like, cool, fantastic. Maybe we should drop down to like 2. Let's do a Monday and a Friday. Cool, fantastic. Now, what if the next week the VA is really struggling? Hey, you know what? Let's jump back in. Let's start doing 3 calls. Let's put that Wednesday session back in. I think it'd be quite useful. So really, the real question comes is, in my mind, I have a vision of what I want this person to be doing. I've clearly defined it with objectives and key results I'm looking at. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure those key results and measure the results that they're delivering. And what I'm going to do is, if they are achieving the key results as I expect, I'll start stepping back. But if I start seeing that they're failing, I'll step closer and support them. And that's really it. That's all we're doing. So whether they be in the role for 1, 2, 3 months, 3 weeks, or even 5 months, 6 months, that kind of how much contact time they get with me is based on the results. That's all we're really looking at. So I hope that makes sense. I hope that kind of explains the thought process and how we do it. And that should be quite useful for you to understand, like the thought process of how we manage VAs. Mub, I know I'm being cheeky, but do you have a coupon code to buy the USS? Nice, great question. Unfortunately, we don't. I don't really do discounts. Like, I think the products we do are really, really good. I think we do really great service behind them. And I'm much more interested in providing a product and delivering great aftercare than trying to get the product sold at a cheaper price. So pretty much you'll see it with everything we do. Everything's pretty much a fixed price. We don't really change it. And the whole point is behind delivering, at the end of the day, if you get like 10% off and it doesn't serve the purpose, then I don't think that's a good product. But if you pay full price and it blows you away and it's got great aftercare, then I think that's a really good value. That's going to add value. And at the end of the day, you hopefully it's going to be that you buy one product, you buy another one because they just work, and you have that trust with us. So unfortunately, we don't do coupon codes. Yeah, so sorry. Good question though. Right. Ross P, 1 to 2. With the VAs you hire in Fast Track FBA, do they get access to the newsletter signups, as there are always good discounts on there? This is where I find quite a few deals. We don't have a global one, but we do encourage them and recommend and ask them to create their own signups through their email account. That's something that they do. So we'll teach them how to do that. Yes, it's part of our sourcing technique, but it's their job to go out and actually create the email address and sign up. So yeah, they do that. And 2 of 2, I want to hire a VA through a company. I was just thinking about this. Yeah. So long story short, look, at the end of the day is when we think about VAs, hopefully you've got a method which is really working for you. I think you talked about newsletter sourcing right now. Fantastic. So we'll train a VA. We'll teach them all the basics of Keeper, Amazon sourcing, set them all up correct, teach them all the sourcing methodologies that you do. But the good analogy is think of them as like they've just come out of university. They kind of know everything, but they haven't really got much experience. They're only doing 7 days of training. So now that you've got someone who knows what they're doing, but they need to get more experience, and you know what you're doing, you can put the two together and they can run and make that work. So really they take your sourcing technique, call it newsletters, and they're just going to keep doing that over and over again, 8 hours a day, and deliver great results. Now, obviously, if it's not working, we've got the 12 weeks aftercare support. So that's whereby if you have any problems in 12 weeks, you drop my team a message, and we have a whole team who will literally jump in, diagnose, understand your problems with your VA, and then do over-the-shoulder training, supporting. And they don't let go until you say, I'm happy with the results now. So it's a really good service. But yeah, I think you'll like it. And definitely, if there's once the VAs come out of training, you can focus on those areas that are working for you, such as newsletter sign up. So definitely. And if you are interested, fasttrackfba.com/VA, you can book a free 30-minute call. Josh, thanks. I'm fairly new, but I'm spending nearly the past month sourcing and failed. Try tactical arbitrage. I feel it's going nowhere. Welcome to real life. Unfortunately, should we say, finding deals is not as easy as we make it look on YouTube. Sorry. I'm really sorry. It is hard. It is hard. And let's just do this. You said you're fairly new. You got to keep going. And I talk about VAs. If I give you a metric, and I talked about this earlier, I'll just share this with you. Month 1, VAs working 8 hours a day, and they've done 7 days training with us. And so we set them up quite well. If you watch all the sourcing playlists in Fast Track FBA, you should generally know roughly what you're doing. But a new VA coming out of the VA Academy should be finding 2 to 5 deals per day that you're buying. So what does that mean? If you're working 8 hours a day sourcing and you find 2 deals that day that you buy, fantastic. Remember, this isn't like a get-rich quick scheme. You're not going to do it for a week and now you're a millionaire, because if you would, everyone would be doing this and the opportunity decrease. So I think for you, the question I'd always say is just be grateful for that it's hard, because that turns a lot of people off. But if you're willing to get over those first kind of couple of months, getting used to it, you can really scale up the business. Honestly, I really say that. So tactical arbitrage is okay. Personally, I don't use software. You can look at leads lists. Leads lists can be a good guide. We do one, fasttrackfba.com/leads. There's lots of them out there. Use them as a good guide to kind of find new suppliers. Top 100 suppliers in Fast Track FBA YouTube. That'll help you out as well. Use the leads list to help you find new suppliers, and then do what's known as leaf sourcing. So let's say, for example, a leads list gives you cat food chicken, then go look for the beef version, because you'll probably be the same price and it'll probably be another deal. So that can be a really good point to get you started finding other types of deals that you don't know about, and also other suppliers you don't know about. So that'd be my top tip. Okay, through. You can use Seller Amp. Yes, I can. Fantastic. Wow, there's a lot of questions. Sorry, I do need to go quicker, because I appreciate you guys are all here, and I promise you I will get through them, but I won't do fast. So we do use Seller Amp, really good. My team love it. Alex, we give the team a lot of resources and freedom of movement, so adverse to adding more incentives. We make a big deal about the wins and training things through ways. Yeah, so I think I just repeat your last sentence. We make a big deal about their wins and try new things, but they go back to their old ways. So what does that mean? Is to say there's something in the structure or the organization of the way you're doing it that is making it so people are learning new things, that they're not continuing it. So I would look at how the kind of maybe incentive plan structured or something to go on, because if we say we're not going to pay our staff anymore, or if we say for every deal which doesn't get cancelled, I'll pay you an extra $1, you'll see that changes straight away. So there is an incentive structure where you can put into place which will make the change. But what you're saying, the current structure you have in place right now is not working to facilitate the change that you want, because, and you know that because they're going back their old ways. So look at the way you're doing it. Something's not right there. Yeah, I hope that makes sense. And I know obviously you know what you're talking about as well, and hopefully you'll understand that. Ross, I brought a fragile item, sold it on Amazon, checked it before I sent it. The perfect edition, the customer received it, smashed it, got returned back. Do I take a loss? Yeah, I hate to say it, really do. Same as you, customer shipped you a perfect product to you, and you're like, well, hey, I got a nice glass, and then all of a sudden you break it on day 3. You've got 14 days to return the product. By UK law, it's a pain, but unfortunately, welcome to the world of Amazon. It does happen. Top tip: just be very careful with fragile, or don't buy them. It's a real pain. You can appeal, but you won't get any. I don't think you'll get anything, and I feel it's unfair. Welcome to the wonderful world of reselling. Amazon is unfair, really unfair, like really bad. It's a shame, but like at the end of the day, like we've got to accept we're going to have to take losses in certain parts of our businesses. Why? Because when we get there are certain parts of businesses which are unfair. But why do we still do it? Because the other side is really good. Like, it's really good. Hayden Davidson right now is sat on a lilo in a pool in Portugal, and he's running a business remotely. Like, most people can't do that. Like you can't do that with like most businesses, but with Amazon you can. And unfortunately, it's not perfect. So yeah, think about that. Right, Julian. Hello. Honestly, don't know where to start. I have a general understanding of FBA model, but after I make a seller account, how can I find my first product? Top tip for you, if you want a top tip, fasttrackfba.com. It should go to the homepage. If not, just at the top, it will be I think resources, and then the free course, getting started course. We do a free 7-day course. Take that. Watch the videos. It's some private ones. It's some should we say private ones, and also it's some like ones that we've made private, so public and YouTube, private and YouTube ones. Watch that. We kind of put them in a 7-day training guide to get you started. Different sourcing models, purchasing, shipment, understanding the model. Watch that. I think that will really help. And then come back if you have specific questions. But that was like a really good place to start, and it's free. Who doesn't like free? Fast Track FBA Express course. You can just go to the website and find it. Julia, is it worth selling on the EU marketplace in the UK? Okay, so general, like I don't. Let's be honest with that. I don't, and I don't for a couple of reasons. Number one, I think it's more administration. Number two, there's a thing about if a customer returns an item they bought when they're in Germany, your stock is now sat in Germany, not in the UK, and there's like that compliance issues of that as well. But also, though, just like you might not actually get the stock back, you have to then pay to get it from German FBA warehouses back to the UK. And then the other big reason why we're not doing it is because we want to sell in Germany next year, or this year, next year, should we say? And the concept is if you have 2 Amazon selling accounts on the same listing, you could potentially be seen for price manipulation, and which is they can suspend your account. So that's one of the reasons. But a lot of other people do, and they generally saying they're seeing about 10% of their revenue coming from EU. So it's up to you, really. I think it's your low value items for £135. Like, try it, turn it on, but I wouldn't spend much time on it. And just make sure that when you're selling it, you're not trying to compete, you're just being profitable. Like, take your price, add 40% on, and if someone buys it, fantastic. If they don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. But like, it's an easy way to make some additional sales, but I really wouldn't focus on it. And if I put it this way, I used to focus on it, and then since stopping, like, I think we're probably doing 35k a month when we were focusing on it. Now we're doing 300k a month without it. And obviously they turned it off, but like we don't do it. We don't plan to. So I hope that makes sense. Julian, what is the USS Ultimate Sourcing Sheet? Fast Track FBA Resources Ultimate Sourcing Sheet. You can see a video of it. It's really helpful. Really helpful. It just helps you with all your like online arbitrage, purchasing. It's got an API connection. It's got aftercare support team. It's a Google Sheet, by the way. It's really in depth. And if you have any problems, you can call my support team and they'll jump on a live call with you and help fix it. So people like software. Software's great, but I know a lot of us use buy sheets as Excel, like Excel sheets. This is a Google Sheet, works with your tools. And the concept is that because it's got an API connection, you get the fees, the buy box price. You can then build out other tabs which you want to use for your systems. So it's just a really good systemized process with an API connection, which you can use as well, and great support. Check it out. It's not cheap, $497, but trust me, like it's really, people love it, and it's game changing. Like, absolutely love it. It makes everything so much faster. You don't make money by doing admin. You make money by finding products that you sell. Alex, there's a lot of carrot already and the potential to earn uncapped bonus, and I still don't feel that they feel it when it comes to orders to cancel. So yeah, there's a really good video I shared once with I think it's in the Fast Track FBA VA Academy private Facebook group. I remember Colin Smith commented about it. He was like, I'm giving them bonuses and they're not doing it. And when you look at like how to motivate people, like money is really not the main driver. And you know this because obviously when we talk about why do people work for companies, money is never the top one or two. We work for bosses, we work for great cultures. We want to be recognized. Like you can pay really well, but if you're not recognized, people will leave. They want to feel valued. So I would still come back and just say, look at the whole kind of ecosystem and be like, how can we improve? There's like, it's kind of like how we do recognition and incentives within companies. And actually, that's not a mosquito. The idea is to say that money is part of it, but even if you don't have a money incentive, you can still get really good results by doing the other one, like motivation empowerment. So I'm not saying what you're doing is wrong, but I'm saying it's not working because obviously evident you're saying that, so something needs to change. Hope that makes sense. Let's go and go through. We've got 18 minutes and I will answer all your questions, I promise. And if you put some more down, I promise I'll get them done as well. Could you tell the reason why it's worth to sign up for your admin course? Which important things should we learn from it? So I think a couple of things really, it's still in beta testing. Right now, if I kind of give you, let's do four. I'll just I'll do it on my head. Number one, clear, actionable videos which tell you exactly what to do on a daily, weekly, monthly basis to make sure that you fully understand your business and everything's done that needs to be done in the least amount of time. Number two, probably one of the most important things, Seller Toolkit, STK, or the board, seller board, all these profit softwares are amazing, but what they don't actually tell you is what your real stock usage is. Now, they do tell you what your stock usage is from your sales on Amazon, but stock goes missing. We show you how to work out the difference between we show you how to actually calculate your true stock usage and then compare it versus STK and Seller Toolkit, and then obviously debug that to find out where you've got leaks in your inventory funnel. That's very important because if you start losing stock, it's massive amounts. So then number three would be very much, we have a private Facebook group, so you've got questions, you can answer them. And then finally, number four, which is the really big one, which I really like, and I think was a really big valuable, once a week, my admin team will be jumping on a live drop-in call for all the people with it for the rest of life. If you've got specific questions which you can't find the answers to, you can just jump in and we'll help you out with that. We'll give you the right direction where you need to go. And obviously we're updating it as well. It's a live resource for my business. So really, at the end of the day, we want to help you get results quickly, and that's what it is. And at the end of the day, it's a one-time fee for that, which will then allow you to just focus on the rest of your business. So I hope that makes sense. And obviously, if it sounds good, fantastic. If not, don't worry about it. But it's part of our we're trying to help other Amazon sellers, and that's the best way we think we can do it at scale. Abdul, bro, I'm in Saudi Arabia. Possible to do retail arbitrage in Saudi? Does retail arbitrage? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm sure you can, but I don't know if Amazon even sells in Saudi Arabia, and you can obviously buy it in Saudi Arabia and ship it to UK. There's lots of problems around IP complaints. I wouldn't recommend doing that. But you could do online arbitrage, but you just do it online. Like I'm in Mexico, we do it in the UK, so it is possible. But I wouldn't do retail in-store. I don't think that'd be viable. Marb, and when you have more than one VA, how do you manage them? Thank you for answering the questions. I'll probably use you by the USA. I haven't. It's reckless. Cool. I know. I understand. Fine. So I have, if you want to, I have 70 VAs across the three companies. The US businesses, USA is 5. I think the UK is 12, don't quote me. And we have an ops manager who manages both of them. So how do we do it? We have very clear expectations of what we want from each individuals, and we measure them versus that. We check in every single week, and then we align incentives and recognition towards achieving those goals. And that's it, really. We try and create a really great working environment, but at the end of the day, we want to achieve a big goal, and that's it. We do there's a lot of detail in there that I'm not talking about. But if you buy a VA from the Fast Track FBA VA Academy, I do talk a lot more of that in the weekly support call, and we help you to build the same systems we've got. So I hope that makes sense. But really, just have a big goal to align everyone with it. That's it. That's the fundamentals of business and a company when you're scaling. Does online work in Saudi Arabia? Possibly, but I wouldn't do it in Saudi. I'd do it in the US if I was going to. Does online work in Saudi Arabia? Same again. Wow, I need to go through these quick. We've got 15 minutes. 1 to 2. In regards to getting a VA, I'm currently getting most of my deals from your lead service. Fantastic. Am I still okay if I get a VA? Most deals and deal sheets. Yeah, fine. Yeah, no problem. Top tip for you, if you get a VA, don't go give them the deals from the deal sheets, and also as well, don't give them access to the deal sheets. Why? Seen it time and time again. VA starts month 1, month 2. Maybe they're struggling a bit. It's a bit hard. The client feels a bit sad, so it gives them the deal sheet. The VA now is doing well, and then the VA. And then the client takes the deal sheet away after 3 months because maybe they stop it, and then the VA can't find enough deals. And the reason is because it was made easy for them. What they got to realize is the first 3 months are really, really hard, and they've got to get the quantity and the quality of deals where it needs to be. And only once they're shown that they can achieve that, then do we introduce other tools to help them out. But we know the expectation of what they should have. That's super important. So for you, yes, get a VA, let them do the sourcing, but on the side, you've got a lead sheet as well to support your business. Absolutely fine. You can tell the VA what stores are working for you and what deals are working for you, absolutely fine, but I wouldn't give them access to the service itself to go and find their own deals because they're not really working, they're just reviewing deals. I don't think that's right. But we can't tell. Yeah, fine. That's exactly what you just said. Yeah, fantastic. Ross P, damn, that's not good to hear about a fragile product. Bought 50 on someone, so basically 180 to start with. Yeah, but you didn't lose 128. You just lost 51 plus the FBA fee. That's it. So it's not as hard. Hi, please recommend stores or retailers for online arbitrage. I'll do you one better. Fast Track FBA YouTube channel, top 100 suppliers. We have a UK and USA one. That's what I recommend. It's free. You can download it. It's absolutely free. Check that out. I think it'll really help you out. And obviously, that'll give you the top 100 stores. And by the way, they're the top 100 stores we use to source ourselves. So I'll check that out. Julia, do we have lifetime access to your content your admin course? I feel like I need information to see whenever. Yeah, agreed. So you have lifetime access to the course. We're continually updating it. You have lifetime access to the group, and you have lifetime access to the, the weekly drop-in calls. So yeah, definitely, that's all part of the course. And the whole point is to help you, really jump in. And my team are amazing. We're literally documenting everything that we do as we go through in that course and continue updating it. So right now, it's very heavily inventory focused. But we're building out another 20 odd videos around accounts. So balance sheet, private P&L, how to do the comparison of the P&L versus STK, the structure of how I organize my business and what I do in regards to the VAs and how we work, how to debug the P&L when there's problems, how to debug the balance sheet. There's lots of these little things that we kind of go through that we do, or when there's stock missing, what do you do, how to process it, all the kind of the processes that we use. And then also you've got the drop-in call. So if you have any specific questions, you can ask. And what's really interesting is my admin team now are doing, just to support them in their learning development, they've done 1 or 2 consultation calls with other sellers and really looked at their process and said, hey, change this, do this. And the feedback's been really, really good. So it's nice to see that not only they can do it in my business, but help other people's. So yeah. Hattie, bro, can you please tell me what the biggest problem I faced in OA as a beginner? I don't know. Try. You tell me your biggest problem. Yeah, tell me that. I don't know what my biggest problem is. Guys, if you've got questions, drop it down below. Obviously, I'm here to help. I'm kind of coming to the end of the questions. There's quite a few of you on, so thank you. If you want to know, we do it every Monday. Every Monday, here's the times. Just update this. Woo-hoo. So, Hassie World, if anyone RA seller needs help sourcing, I'm available. That's cool. Glad for sharing. Right, next one. We did a really cool video once. We lost it, which is really bad. We hired 5 VAs from Fiverr and asked them to find us 1 day's worth of deals. Some of them were really bad. It was oh my God. So we paid them $5, $10 to do a day's sourcing. And oh my God. So yeah, very interesting. But yeah, proof and pudding. Julia, I live in London. Are there any good wholesalers I could visit here in the city? Maybe. I don't know. Just go onto Google Maps and type in wholesaler. I might ask. My question would be why? Why do you want to go visit wholesalers in the city? What would be the benefit? I don't understand that. So, yeah, let me know what the reason is behind, and then obviously I can advise actually here's how I'd go about it. I think that'd be a better one. Chinos Emi. Hi, I've never done FBA. Please, do I need to do advertising when doing FBA? Oh, I don't know. If you're doing private label, you probably need to do some form of advertising, yes. If you're doing wholesale, Amazon arbitrage, Amazon online arbitrage, generally no. You should be probably selling on listings. It sounds like maybe you're not too sure. So if you're interested in the arbitrage route, go to fasttrackfba.com and we do a free 7-day course. So that can just get you started. But for arbitrage, you don't need advertising. But if you're doing PPC, you do. So just be mindful of that. Guys, that's the questions done. Let me know if you've got any more questions down below. I've got 9 minutes. I know, #excited. I love coffee. So a little bit of update on me. If you've got questions, drop them down below. A little bit of update on me. I had done some posts. but like I'm super proud of my team. I'm going to show you because like we're really, really happy. We'll get there when we get to the thing. This is my, where are we? Down here. I don't know if you can see it. Is it going to show up? There we go. 500,000 in the US. Woohoo! We'll do 100K this month, and I'm really happy with that. If you want to know margins wise, we do it weekly. So like right now, we're kind of tracking between about 8 and 12% net, which is quite good. We're seeing higher margins. We're still trying to grow the revenue a bit more than pure profitability. Why? Because in year 2, if you've got higher revenues, you can get bigger loan amounts. We see that in the UK. So I'm interested in utilizing other people's money to buy more stock. So we're not purely trying to drive profits now. We are trying to drive a balance of profits and revenue, and probably a bit more on the revenue side. But there is a lot more opportunity to make money in the US. Honestly, we see it, and the margins are stronger. In the UK, we're dropping down, like sometimes we drop down to 5%, which is like, oh, a 300K, but we do higher, and then obviously add cash back on top. So let's go and jump through. Ross P, Amazon deducted 128 for the fragile product. My transaction history shows deducted from main account. Yes, because Amazon gave you 128 to start with for the sale. Once you sold it, they gave you 128, and then they took it away once they got a refund. And then the only thing you didn't get back, or she said they didn't, but when they refunded you all the Amazon fees as well, apart from the FBA fee. So you only pay for the FBA fee and the cost of goods on any returned items. So you got 128, and now they took it away from you because the customer never paid. Maz, FBM or FBA to reduce the chance of return did not arrive scams. FBA would be the best one, because at the end of the day, if someone says it didn't arrive, Amazon take full responsibility and refund you for the product. Like, that beats FBM always. Julia, the reason that I'd like to establish a good relationship with wholesale, I think the best way to meet them in person. Yeah, it can, but like, this is not the way. Look, I'm gonna just put it out there. We're doing wholesale, by the way. I started this year a team of 2 plus my ops manager. My ops manager is not really doing very much now. We have 2 Filipino or VAs in the Philippines doing wholesale, and in the last this month, May, I think we're on track to about 40,000 in revenue in wholesale, and we've never visited them in person. So, like, it's okay to build a relationship over the phone. Like, you can do that. Yes, I think you can definitely do it, but like, I think you could like go find wholesalers at a pretty good price first, start making some orders, then go visit them. I wouldn't go visit them first. Why? Because like, think about it from the wholesaler's perspective. Like, they've got lots of business to do. They're like busy. Last thing they want is to come and try and build a relationship with someone who's not even spent any money with them yet. So start spending some money, show your value, and then go build a relationship further. That'd be my advice. Like, get on the phone, and my God, if they're up in like Newcastle, fine. Who cares? Like, at the end of the day, if that trip up there you're going to drive or fly or whatever and stay in a hotel, if that's going to now net you like 2,000 savings per order, well, go pay for the hotel. Like, it's going to be worth it. I wouldn't just do it geographically local. Also, as well, on the other side, London obviously is expensive land price, so that means the wholesaler's got to store their stock on a more expensive plot of land. What does that mean? Well, obviously that's going to cast onto the prices of the goods. So it might be the case that you're actually looking for wholesalers in like Scotland, for example, because they're cheaper. Just a thought. Not saying it's true. Look at the data. What brand should I get in the UK market at the beginning? Whatever one you need. That's it. In a way, again, whatever you need. I don't know the answer. Like, you're the specialist. You've got 4 clients. You find that out. Ross P, always jumping on these lives every Monday. Cheers for taking the time out to help. No, hey, glad to join. How do you drop your profits exactly? Okay, I'll give you a very summary. Fast Track FBA admin course. It literally shows you how we do it. So, weekly, we track it through Seller Toolkit. We use that, that's fine. But what we really do on a monthly basis is, if I show you just the process is, let's say, for example, February's, the 1st to the 28th is finished. Well, then my team will then have 15 days to import make sure the bank statements are imported into the accounting software. They will make sure that all the bank statements balance with the accounting software balance with the bank statements. They'll also make sure they're coded correctly. They'll make sure we do any adjustments that are necessary. They'll fetch the invoices. They'll also as well do whatever we need to do. They'll also do open and closing stocks for the month of February. They'll also calculate how much we've actually used in the month of February and put that all into the accounting software. And then what we'll do is the first Friday after the 15th, we'll sit down and they present to me, and I love this, it's like amazing. They'll first of all go through the balance sheet, so we just look at where all the assets are within the business, and we review that, and then we go through the P&L, and then we review how much profit we've made, and then we go through another report, which is the P&L total cost of goods versus what Seller Toolkit says, our profit software. And what we're looking for is the variance between what the true stock usage is, because things get broken, and then what Seller Toolkit's telling us. And we're trying to identify, or we're trying to reduce that variance down to as little as possible. And then how much do we know? Then how do we know how much true profit we're making? Well, quite simply, we look at the actual accounts, because true stock usage is what you should be using for profit, not what Amazon's telling you, or the software, because it's not necessarily true. And that's what we do, and that's it. And then we check that every single month, and then obviously that builds up to year, and that's my year-end accounts. Nice and simple, done. And we do the whole thing in the admin course, and my VAs do as well, which I absolutely love them for. Mub, how do you get your VAs to look for wholesaler things? Simple. Like, the easiest way you're going to do it, and I'll tell you this one trick, which is the easiest way to do it. Find a product you want to sell, call the manufacturer up, and ask them who their distributors are. Done. There you go. That's it. That's what we do. Find the product. I like that product. Manufacturer, who's the distributor? Cool. Thank you very much. Call the distributor. Done. Simple. Tom Mullen. Right. Pretty much, guys, I've got 3 minutes. We've got final questions. 3 minutes. If not, we're here every week, Monday, this time, up here. Whee! How much is the admin course? Is it expensive for a student? I don't know what expensive for a student is, but the admin course is going to be $597, one-off payment. It'll give you access to the course, which is continually updated. I think it'll have about 40 videos on it by the time it goes live. It's 30 right now. We're going to probably increase up to about 55. It'll have the private Facebook group, which is just for admin related, where my team are in, helping you answer your questions. And then finally, we'll have a weekly drop-in call as well, for lifetime access, which you'll also be able to ask questions, and my team is supporting you. So is that expensive? I don't know, but like, hopefully you're looking to build a business which is going to be doing decent money, and this is an investment in understanding the processes that really help achieve that. And hopefully you can see that for myself and doing it in 2 businesses, 6 figures in one, 7 in the other. So it's an investment. That's it. And it will solve that problem. So I hope that makes sense. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to call it a day there. I just want to say thank you so much. If you have liked this, give me a big thumbs up, and hey, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't. I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for everything you're doing, and obviously keep smashing your Amazon business, because at the end of the day, like, remember, this is a marathon, not a sprint. It takes time, and we have highs and lows. We have good months and bad months. My God, December was incredible for me. Cash profits out of the Amazon UK business were like literally insane. But, you know, coming to the new year, it's been challenging. But does that mean that it stops? No, not at all. There's still going to be good times ahead. Just time to change. COVID was incredible. Now we're just coming out of that. Hey, it's going to be there. Keep hustling, keep smashing around the business. And I will catch up with you same time next week. Ladies and gentlemen, stay safe. Hit the like button. Bye.